Alex Meruelo is trying to build an arena again. I don't know if you heard. We've talked about this a little bit because we've talked about the Tucson Roadrunners and we've talked about the arena project that the Meruelo group has in Reno, Nevada. And the whole expectation, and Craig has come on the show and said this, is that the Tucson Roadrunners, once their lease is up in Tucson, would then move to Reno to play in the new arena that Alex Meruelo is building. Well, an article came out yesterday on the News 4 site for the Reno area. And this is what it said. Developers behind a massive arena project at Reno's Grand Sierra Resort, owned by Alex Meruelo, intend to ask the city of Reno for public financing to help pay for the project. A change from previous comments from UNR President Brian Sandoval that no public funding would be used. Sound familiar? A privately funded project, arena project, don't worry, we'll pay for it. All of a sudden, kind of changing its tune. Does this sound familiar? So they are asking for a tax increment financing to support the $1 billion development. The arena would be home to Nevada's men's basketball team and a potential AHL hockey team owned by Alex Meruelo. It would be a 10,000-seat arena, a satellite ice rink, a dedicated parking garage, fan zone, workforce housing, and more. Sound familiar again? It's just crazy to see this back in the news. And it's funny that we talked so much about the Meruelo and Roadrunners today and that whole situation. His whole vision is to make the move to Reno with his AHL team that he still owns despite losing the Coyotes to Utah. And he's struggling to build an arena for the third time.
Yeah, but Leah, there's going to be no public funds. They're going to build it. I swear I heard that. Wait, what happened? So this is the same thing we've seen over and over again. And it's funny because we talked about this when we talked after the Coyotes left and moved and went on their way. We said, well, he's just going to move the Tucson Roadrunners to Reno because he's got business interests there. He's building an arena there. And at that time, I swear, I thought he was building an arena there. Like, shovels in the ground, poles up. I thought they had started building. I swear I did. Now we sit here, how many ever months later, and it's not started. Not only is it not started, if you're familiar with the process here in the Arizona area, from this point where you start asking for those funds until you're able to actually get a process going, year and a half. Like the land studies, it's got to go to committees, potentially a vote at some time. This is going to take at least 6 months to a year. And then that's before you start building. So when we're sitting here talking about the Tucson Roadrunners moving to Reno, how are they going to play? They're not playing in this building. They ain't going to be ready in 2 years. So I'm surprised, not surprised? Like, no. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised, but it's hard because, like, you could hear that and say, well, maybe this means that they just stay in Tucson. But I feel, and this is based on nothing I know, I'm just saying what my gut is that he's going to give up and walk away from his ownership of the Roadrunners as well. And potentially it's something that the Smith Group acquires as part of their deal. They would eventually then move that team to Utah as well. I don't think this ends well for Tucson either way, unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say that. But it's just like laughable that we're like this story is repeating itself.
So Nick Nelson
just in another state
says he'll get it done because of the city relationships. It is a different
tongue in cheek.
But having said that, Reno is different than Phoenix.
Yes.
It's a different market. It's a different area. I don't know the politics and his relationship with the politicians there. I mean, he's been a businessman there that owns a casino that brings revenue and jobs and things already to that area. I don't know. Maybe it is something that can get done. But even if it can get done, it's still a long way away. I just think it's not surprising for us that have been through the Alex Meruelo arena search before, knowing that this is a problem. And when you talk about having a hockey team, moving a franchise to Reno, if it were to happen that Tucson moves to Reno, it doesn't mean you're moving the affiliation along with it. And that's the biggest concern. The affiliation, meaning the players that actually play there, the affiliation is with the Utah Hockey Club. Those players are paid by Utah. The contracts are paid by Utah. Alex Meruelo Sr. is not paying those players. So if he moves the franchise to Reno, I don't believe at all that the Utah Hockey Club is going to move their players and their affiliation to Reno. I believe that they will move that affiliation and their players to Utah.
And the Reno team would just be a new team?
Well,
or
and then
that's
here becomes
affiliated
an issue.
with someone
so
else?
Reno has a franchise now, but they don't have any players. And then you have to get an affiliate. So now you have to go to all the NHL teams and go that already have affiliates at other places and go, hey, do you want to bring your affiliate with me? I'm Alex Meruelo. You remember me? Do you want to have your team play for a team that I own? You know what the answer is going to be?
You think Alex Meruelo has a good reputation in the hockey world?
No. I don't believe that he's going to get another affiliation from another NHL team. So that means he has to be an independent. To be an independent, you have to be like Chicago, which means you have to pay your own players. To do that, you have to overpay those players. And that costs a lot of money. One thing we have seen from Alex Meruelo Sr. is his inability to pay a lot of money for literally anything. I don't think they can become an independent. So this is going to get muddier and messier before it becomes more clear.
We all silly like the mayor.